Bonjour, mon ami. The winds of fate led you to a strange place today, no? Let us see if you will walk away. Oh no. Is it a lock? Could be. This really is not a very efficient way of ending your life. But orders are orders. First aid kit for you.
It's okay.
If that were something you needed, I would tell you.
No worries. I got you, bro. Let's do this. I gotta be more careful. You're already dead.
The pen of fate awaits right. If you live, I shall enter you in Taunter's races. But I do not hold much hope of your success there either. That could not have gone better. I rule.
You know, I forget how good endurance is on someone that's not a Tyrone using a Kashima.
History will not mark this day.
But it has
Revolution
its
will not come
flaws,
from
and I think we'll
cowardice,
see more of that in the
but from
second match.
sacrifice.
But before we do go to the second match, we gotta go over the build first. Can't just have an entire build video without going over the build. Yeah, they were too low ranks, but it is what it is. You know, maybe things would have gone differently if they had a high damage build, but we'll see that hopefully in the second match. So you might be wondering, what is this build? Well, we'll find out when we get to the customization screen, so I'll see you there. So, you might be wondering, what is this build? Well, this is a viewer build made by Coolcrane, and this will be the last viewer build that he's gonna give, because he stopped playing Resistance a while ago. And, well, first of all, that kind of concerns me with how well the build holds up today. And second of all, I understand. There's nothing left for this game, and Neobars chose to kill it and spit on its face one more time. They pulled it out of the grave, they spit it on his face, pissed on it, then put it back in the grave, and took a huge shit on it with the whole Dead by Daylight with Resident Evil crossover, which I'm not against. I think that's cool, but I think it really is a piss on the face when you when you tweet out, let me reintroduce you to the Resistance team, and then just have it for the Dead by Daylight thing, which is annoying. And first of all, I worry for that whole Resident Evil chapter if you're gonna have the same dumbasses that worked on this game, balanced the game, added this shit in the game, working on the Dead by Daylight. So I can only fear for the worst. Just, you know, in terms of negativity, but it's kind of cool that see them work together. I just really, really wish that they would continue to work on this game. I'm not saying they should add more stuff. I really believe they should just fix the bugs, rebalance some things, and then, you know, call it content. Honestly, to me, that's content. But they realized, oh wait, fixing the game would actually be good content for them. Let's fuck them over and just not fix any of the bugs, except for the ones that, you know, the understandable ones, like the whole Xbox debacle thing, where the game would just straight up not playable. That was a needed fix, and they knew that because you can't sell a broken game. So, but besides that, they haven't fixed any of the bugs since. So yeah. Good luck with that, Dead by Daylight fans. You know, I have the same shitty team that worked on this game. But besides that, that's a topic for another day. This is about a viewer build. So let's go over the viewer build. This is a dealer focus build, but you can use a Nia and focus on using that Nia too. Honestly, I would recommend using both, best of both worlds. You know, you can have a dealer that's can stay alive for a while, and not only that, but can ruin the economy for a survivor. Not as much with the unnatural selection, but pretty good. So for first skill we have is brutality. Second skill we have is vampire. I forgot to mention, but if you want to shoot Mr. X, you can always use intercept. I mean, I'll judge you 100%. I think it's funny when I see a Mr. X. I don't see it often, but when I see a Daniel player use intercept, I just kind of just let myself get thrown around. It's funny. But brutality is the way to go if you really want to win games. And then for our second skill, I already said it, is vampire. Honestly, vampire is okay in a more damage focused Daniel build, because you're not getting much health when you're paired up with endurance or invincible. In fact, I think it's useless in something like invincible, when the point of that skill is to just use the creature as long as you can without them taking any damage, and then after time's up, you either leave the creature or you just do enough wreck enough havoc until that creature actually expires, like dies. But it's okay for something like endurance, because you know what, the point of this build is to make our creatures stay alive and make them last longer, while also bringing hell to the survivors. Unless there's a Kashima, and shortened cooldown Flash Baton Martin, and a Kashima, and stairs, but that's besides the point. And then for our area cards, we have Dealer Regen and Remote Shell. Dealer Regen makes sense because this is a more focused build on Nias. But Remote Shell, because why not? Who doesn't want a strong Zombo that has more attack power and health? It fits the theme of the build too. And then for our equipment, we have Resilient Skin 3, 2, Fortified Virus 3, and Fortified Virus 2. I feel like people sleep on this too much. On Endurance Daniel, I think you should have Fortified Virus 3, because not only does it decrease the amount of damage you take, but considering that when you move around, bullets are less likely to register in certain situations, and not only that, but when you take control of a creature, you give them damage resistance, and Fortified Virus 3 and 2 amplifies that. And not only that, but the Nia that's in our deck can, you know, basically has a natural damage resistance. I believe it's 15%. So this isn't a bad build on something like a Nia. It's actually a really good choice on Cool Cream's part. So good on you, Cool Cream, for thinking. And then for our deck, we have the Dealer, Imposter Zombie, a Nia, Discount, Enhanced Vapor Berserker, Energy Leech Regen Infection, Shuffle Mod Partial, and Efficiency Mod Creatures. So the main, so Shuffle Mod is basically to get more of the Dealer, But say if you don't want to use just dealers, well, you can. There's Nias, and that's a good choice. I really don't believe you should be focusing on primarily Nias, dealers. But then I could say the same for this. I remember I had a Nia focused build where the only creature in that deck was the Nia and an Imposter Zombie, and that didn't turn out well, which is why I reworked that build into something else, and I think it turned out for the better. It's important to have multiple creatures to focus on, because if this one doesn't work out, then we try the other one, and if that doesn't work out, well, shit. I don't know what to say. Maybe we can try the other one, or the other one? Who knows? All I know is, Fort Vapors scare me, but what I really want is regen on the creatures, infection, and energy leech. If we can get Berserker on it, cool, kudos. And yeah, that's it. That's our deck, and that's our build. Now I'm gonna do another match of me using this build. So again, thank you Cool Cream for this interesting Daniel build. So anyways, I'll see you guys in the second match.
Bonjour, mon ami. The wheels of fate led you to a strange place today, no? Let us see if you will walk away. Oh no.
Damn, look.
What would open this strange lock? How much do you believe that I would put that key in there with you? Perhaps I did not, and you are trapped. This really is not a very efficient way of ending your life. But for the order. The pen of fate was writing the final life. Are you okay? No, you are not. He feels no pain. A perfect machine for this endeavor. The time has come.
Why did I bother building all of these mechanisms for you if you are going to move so slowly that the tortoise and lip will overtake you?
I control everything here.
Oh man. See, okay, these are the type of people that make Daniel look like you need a
It takes
Kashima.
more than brute
No,
strength to
dude.
win.
You really a smart team can make a Daniel with endurance without the help of a Kashima make Daniel's bitch. They make them their bitch. Daniel. Like, it's not that hard. Like, I the first area is always tough. And there will always be a little bit of resistance, but it's always like you just kind of have to just ignore Daniel for a little bit, but not ignore him to the extent where you let him get free hits on you. You just have to let him be, you know, just run away from him, and then when you get to the second area, get all powered up, get geared up, and sometimes you can do enough damage, because that's usually the weakness of Daniel. It's all it does is just make him impossible to knock back. That's it. You get flashbangs, you can just make him your bitch. And yes, Kashima could do that, but you don't need a Kashima to do that. See, this is exactly why these players like these are the same reason that there's people on my videos commenting, stop complaining about the Kashima, you need it against Daniel. No, you don't, because the game was had endurance since launch, and everyone was fine going up against a Daniel with endurance. You just need to be a good team. Alright, but besides me complaining about the Kashima the 1 millionth time, we gotta do a third match. Those two matches were short. So let's go to the third match, fellas.
I have many fun adventures lined up for you. We have death, destruction, disease, all of the fun things that the modern world will offer us. Is it a lock? Could be. More fun and cool friends for you.
Gonna need to break that.
There is more fun ahead.
Me at least. Why do you rush all the time? He feels no pain. The perfect machine for this endeavor.
Doors here have to be locked. I might be able to see something. Taking out this camera.
Fate has more cards to turn for you yet? Wait.
Group up for healing.
This really is not a very efficient way of ending your life. But orders are orders. Cogs turn. The bars of the cage fall into place. You are out of
I thought I was found there.
This one I call the mold machine. But sometimes it's easiest just to do things yourself. You understand?
Oh, thanks. Damn it, locked.
A fittingly brutal weapon, friend. Time has come to give in. Have a first aid kit for you. You know we set this up to tease you, do you not? We never expected you to get it. Too easy for you. I will make this harder if you like it. Take the security card, and you can go and see what I prepared for you. fate awaits writing the final outro.
No worries. One more time.
Cow! Thanks!
Activated.
This really is not a very efficient way of keeping you alive. But orders are orders. Gravity of the game goes deeper.
Get near me and I'll heal you.
This is good for me, however it ends. He feels no pain. The perfect machine for this endeavor. No sorrow, no regret. Just flesh made into a weapon. All the pieces I have put in place lately. You
There's gotta be something useful here.
Okay, we back!
fucking luck, my friend.
Well done, Daniel.
Why, thank you, Daniel. It was most excellently played. This is General Munchie. This is a zombie. A dangerous one. No pain. Perfect machine for this endeavor.
Stupid.
You are running out of time, but it looks like you are barely even time. It was definitely broken.
Healing spray deployed.
A little party in there? Oui? Woohoo! Wah, wah. It will pass. All things pass with time. The hat and trench coat. Stop, yes?
And that's why, ladies and gentlemen, I don't use endurance anymore. Oh my god, Invincible would have been so much better. So much better right now. This is exactly what I'm talking about. Kashimos. 100% they would have lost. They would have lost without the help of a Kashima.
Good for you.
Whoops. God, damn it, I breezed right through it. Well, actually, you know what? This is fine. I wanted to make changes to it anyways. If you're gonna go out with a bang, Cool Cream, you could have at least tried the build out one more time before sending it to me. But, yeah. That's the last time I'm taking builds for anyone that have not played the game in a while, because their build is 100% outdated. Given the current standards, we need to make some changes. First of all, take this shit out. Alright, endurance is not good anymore. Vampire is pretty useless because we have invulnerability. So either Rend, or actually, you know what? We're using the Nia and Dealer. Why not Unnatural Selection? That helps. If we gotta keep the area cards, fine. Let's keep these two. Alright, so now what do we do about these two? Just take them out. Put this one in, and then put this bad boy in, so we have more time with the invulnerability. And then boom, easy fix. This is probably the easiest fix I have ever done. And then boom, your build is now fit for these stupid ass Kashima players. But I'm not gonna say GG because they all fucking used it. Holy shit, you're all bad. But you know, at least that is an eye-opener to anybody that's using endurance. See, that's why I don't use endurance anymore. It's sad, but it's true. You know, you can't rely on a specific creature and then use endurance. You have to use invincible, or if you have to brute force it, you can use Sadis, so you can get some extra damage in. It's not a good idea to use this skill anymore. Honestly, they really need to do something about endurance. Make it, you know, if you're gonna say impossible, you might as well add quotation marks. Cause it's not impossible to knock these dumbass creatures down. You just use a Kashima, flashbang, grenade, or all of that stuff. I'm not saying you should make them completely impossible to the point where not even a flashbang would work, but I'm saying maybe rebalance things, which they're never gonna fucking do. So yeah, Invincible is the way to go. 100% would have preferred to have Invincible. Invincible would have saved my ass, and in those situations, Invincible would have helped out. I don't see why. I can never understand why anyone uses endurance anymore. Your teams must be very different than mine's, cause you know, I would love to use endurance again. Trust me, endurance is fun to use. It's just, you know, when you get those kind of teams, it reminds you on why this skill is pretty trash now. But like I said, nothing wrong with there's nothing inherently wrong with the build. It's just invincible, and it's just the Kashimas, man. You know, I feel like I could have maybe won that if I had invincible. Cause guess what? Invincible just makes it to where their Kashimas ain't shit. While endurance makes it to where you're pussy and you can't do shit about it. So yeah, it's okay though. Like I said, the build itself is fine. It's just the concept doesn't work with the current meta, cause PlayStation players can't fight with dignity. Meanwhile, PC players can. It's sad because when I play Mastermind on PC, I have never seen a survivor use a Kashima. Maybe like one time, but all those matches, even the really good ones, they didn't use a Kashima. Even when I was Daniel with Sadist, they still use their normal weapons. See, those players, they have my respect, except for the ones that cheat, you know, using the infinite Molotovs. Those ones could go fuck off. But, you know, those ones that don't use the Kashima, they have my respect. These guys, PlayStation players, are a bunch of cowards. They know they can't win without it. So that's why they use it. So, good on you, PlayStation. You have the most players in the game, and you're playing like shitheads. But, yeah. Besides that, you're going to get this kind of teams all the time. And I get those kind of teams all the time that it just doesn't bother me anymore. It's just kind of annoying. But that's why I don't use those kind of builds. I use these kind of builds, you know, invulnerability. Like I said, invulnerability would have worked so much better. I cannot stress this enough. If you're Daniel and you're trying to think of a build, think of a build that can use Invincible or Sadist. Because trust me, man, it's going to be a hell of a lot better than Endurance. And yeah, that's all I gotta say, man. Like everything else, the skills, well, the area cards, the deck itself is fine, and I like it. I like it a lot. I just feel like with rearranging the skills and equipment, the build could be way better. So I encourage all Daniel players or anyone to use the fixed changes and maybe not the older changes, because you're gonna get teams like those, and when you do, it's gonna be hard to make a comeback. And unfortunately, that didn't happen. So yeah, that's it. That's the end of this video. If you liked the video, leave a like and subscribe if you want to see more of my content. I upload daily, so why the hell not? And join the Discord. Be a part of the community. Link in the description. And yeah, that's it. Bye-bye.
If I had a nickel for every time I've heard that,